up, guys? Welcome to Angela Avalon's YouTube channel. I'm Angela. Subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Please watch until the rest of the video if you want to know all information about astrology. And let's get to it. So this video's topic is going to be Mars and Scorpio. It was in a way also requested. And so let's get to it. So Mars in Scorpio. So Mars is the planet of aggression, of confrontation, action, right? It's the planet that rules your physical body and your physical energy levels. It's basically your physical fuel, right, if you will. And Scorpio is a planet. It's actually a very interesting placement for Mars because Scorpio is ruled both by Mars and Pluto. So in a way here, Mars does feel at home, but because Scorpio is it's essentially a water sign, and that is ruled by a fiery planet as well as Pluto, an auto-generational planet. So what happens here is, in a way, yes, Mars feels at home, but about 50% of the time. But what happens is that the other 50% of the time, it is somewhat of I want to say tricky placement for Mars, because what happens is yes, it has a lot of excellent, it's very excellent placement for Mars. I'm not going to lie, having Mars in Scorpio is one of the best placements for Mars because of these people, because Mars is going after what you want, and having it in Scorpio is very, very, very useful, because Scorpio, everything that it does until they get to the core. And having it in Mars is a very predominant personal planet, a very important one. It's very crucial to your daily energy. So having it in a sign like Scorpio, these people are very determined. These people probably will reach everything that they want out of this lifetime. No joke. They will get everything that they want. It's only because they're so persistent, there's no stopping them. You cannot stop them. You will literally have to kill those people in order for them to not reach their full potential, and whatever it is that they want. You know what I'm saying? So what happens here is that what makes this placement tricky is because, yes, while it is an excellent placement for the reason that I just mentioned, it's also tricky because Scorpio is very vindictive. It's very vengeful. And having such a vengeful sign here with Mars, a fiery, aggressive planet, these people can be so vengeful to the point that they might be capable of murder, or just simply plain evil. The evil can take in all kinds of forms here with Mars, because it's just a combination of this. It sounds like a blessing and a curse, I want to say, because yes, they can do whatever they can reach everything that they want. They have their determination goes 1,000%. Because it's a very obsessive sign. These people they can get, and they do get, usually obsessed with their goals. That's why they reach them. I would say that after having a Mars in Capricorn, where Mars is exalted, having a Mars in Scorpio is probably the second best. Alongside with Mars and Leo, I would put Mars and Leo the third best placement for Mars after Mars and Scorpio. But here's the thing, they are very vengeful, and if not healthy or not careful, if they feel like somebody is wronged them, having Scorpio here with Mars, I don't know, they can be capable of doing some damage, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like it sounds like, even like me personally, knowing this information, I would not want to piss off a Mars in Scorpio. Personally, actually, there's someone that mentioned an astrologer. I think his name is Fernando Prudmo. I think his name is in Prudmo. I'm sure that it's Fernando, but I'm not sure if the last name is Prudmo something like that, Fernando. But yeah, he's the man that always laughs before he begins explaining the placements. But yeah, so yeah, he's and he said that he is pretty sure. He mentioned that that Hitler had displacement, and when he said it, I was like, that actually explains a lot, because it really is, even if you obviously mention like extreme 1% placements, but people, I mean, but it is, because in a way, I'm telling you, if the Mars in Scorpio is very unhinged, they can do a lot of damage, because Mars is war, and putting in the Scorpio, which is vengeful and destroying and chaos, putting it together, inject all that into an unhinged individual, you can make someone. It's the perfect placement to create a dictator, because it's a very dictating placement, very domineering, this is what I'm saying. This is it's that kind of placement is, I'm telling you, because it sounds like, I feel that's why I like to call it a gift and a curse to have this placement. But and that's what I'm saying, like, if these people want to do bad things, they will pretty much succeed in it, and if they want to do good things, they will pretty much succeed in it. This is what I'm saying, But yeah, also another individual, an individual that I know personally is both of my my brother and my cousin. They have also Mars in Scorpio. Yeah. And Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus, right? It's the opposite of the Mars in Taurus. So yeah, they both have Mars in Scorpio, and it's a very domineering energy. And like I said, the rest of the chart, because if you have placements like Mercury and maybe in Pisces, like my cousin has Mercury in Pisces and a moon in Gemini, it can lighten up that energy, But it is a very, very domineering energy, and it's very, what it is, it's also very these people are capable of I want to say, like, it's this is the Mars in Scorpio. This is very much, Scorpio, it rules the sexual intimacy, right? So this is a very sexual placement for Mars, and Mars also rules sexuality alongside with Pluto. Pluto and Mars are brothers, I like to refer to them. And so in a way, Pluto, like I said, Mars does feel at home here, and because they both represent sexuality, they both rule that. It's a very sexually driven placement for Mars as well. Actually, these people might even be, if it's a man, he might really if it's like a sexual, like a heterosexual man, he'll probably be the type of man that likes to sexually dominate a woman, maybe choke her in bed, maybe suffocate her a little. And the thing is that man doesn't even have to be into king to do that. He might do that on the daily, but not necessarily be a dom. It's not necessarily have to be a dom sub, but he might be the type of man to want the woman to be submissive, but again, submissive not in the BDSM type. So he might like his woman submissive, as in virginal. He might be the type of man to have a virgin fetish, to have them young and fresh and virginal. And usually, because the younger the woman is, she's the most. You know what I'm saying? So he might be the kinds of man that is with 18-year-olds, not necessarily because of their youth, physical beauty. I mean, it might be a bonus, but that's what it will be for him, a bonus. Really, it's because he wants them. He likes them very inexperienced. You know what I'm saying? He likes to be the first one. to pop the the cherry. But yeah, this is what Mars and Scorpio man gives me. Or it's just one of the ways. Or it might be like he might be, or he might just, if he's not into that, like he'll just either way will just not. It will be like either way, very. You know what it is? It will just either, if it's not into that, it will just be very sexually driven. But, and it is all things I've seen again. Or what will happen is that if a woman rejects him, let's say he invested himself into a woman and she rejects him, he'll want to avenge her. And I don't mean avenge her like Joe Goldberg avenge her. I mean like avenge her in the like. And that's something like that my actually my cousin did it. Yeah, my cousin actually did it. He remained nameless. Even though I know like my videos, that it will never make that kind of it will never, I don't believe anybody will make that connection, but still, just it's impractical to the video anyway, but yeah, anyways, like my cousin, shall remain nameless, but yeah, my cousin actually said that, like, he has a Mars Scorpio, and I was like, this woman that I did, that I did this and this for her, like, yeah, she rejected me, and what, I kind of want to get back at her. Let me like get back at her, maybe let me like avenge her a little. Very Mars and Scorpio of him, and I, of course, because he like tells me everything, sort of like my best friend, I didn't let him do it. Like, even though I understand completely when it came from, like, I know Mars and Scorpio, you guys always think it's justified and everything, and I don't blame you guys. But of course, like, it's my duty as a good sister to not let him do that. And I didn't. I didn't listen to him. He didn't do that. Like, he didn't play with her mind. He didn't. Because what he wanted to do, the way that he wanted to avenge her is make her think that it's kind of like play her and make her think that, like, somehow break her heart some way, like manipulate her in a way, but whatever. And I was saying he didn't do it, and he's not like a bad guy. Like, he's actually a very nice guy, and he's, like I said, he's one of them. Like, he's one. Like, it's not that we grew up together, but like the reason why he's one of my best friends, because like he's also like a very good person, like very genuine. He's very very nice. He's the kind of person that like will do things for you if you need help. Like, he's very generous. But he has a Mars and Scorpio. What can I do? Like, heterosexual man that has a Mars and Scorpio, does not like to be rejected by his woman. You know what I'm saying? By a woman. But yeah, especially if he feels like he invested. Because this is the thing. If he feels like he invested in you and you took it for granted and then you rejected him, it was like, that is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's really is that. So yeah. But yeah, Mars and Scorpio is very, I feel like it's the kind of placement, like, unlike other Scorpio placements, it's the kind of placement that I don't have much to say, because I feel like all I've said so far represents what this placement is. Very powerful placement, very powerful, very useful. Yeah, you're probably gonna get whatever you want out of this life if you have Mars and Scorpio, but yeah, and it's very alluring too. Like, the Scorpio is like a lot of fertility. So these people are very alluring. And for the females, Mars and Scorpio female, if you want an example, what a woman with this placement would be like, she would be very actually, the same applies. I have to say, the same applies. Very driven, very sexually driven. Yeah, it's the same applies. She might also be vindictive. Yeah, she might be vindictive, but it's not, the vengeance in here, it might not be, because, okay, so unlike other personal planets like the moon, which is a feminine planet in Scorpio, because it's Mars here, and Mars is more masculine, I would say it's the man with this placement that is going to be more vindictive. The woman might still be. She will still be to a degree, but let's say it's her only placement in Scorpio, and none of her personal planets make aspects to Pluto. she will be vindictive to a degree, but overall it's not big deal. But the men will feel it a bit more because Mars is a masculine planet, you know. Mars is a masculine planet, so the men will just be a bit more driven by it. Just a bit more, but it's not gonna be like a large difference, you know. Just gonna be like, you know, here and there. It's not that much of a difference, just a bit more, because it rules masculinity. So, and Scorpio is such a chaotic, driven sign, you know. So yeah, but overall, yeah, female, yeah, the same applies to female, yeah, and she might be also, you know, she might be also like a little bit vindictive if she feels like she was wronged by anyone, right? But especially like a man, if it's a heterosexual woman. But, you know, she might also like want to play her, maybe, just like my cousin, like, she might want to do the same thing. I have more experience with the man with this placement, but I have no doubt that a woman would want to do the same thing. But other than that, it's not too much difference. But you know what gives me a Mars in Scorpio? You know what gives me a Mars in Scorpio? It's very much gives me Norma Bates, you know, from Bates Motel. You know how she was, you know, Bates Motel? It's the TV show with the mom and the boy. The crazy mom and the boy has a crush on his mom. And there's like crazy people in the motel, in and out, you know. But anyways, it's one of my favorite shows. I love this show. But anyway, yeah, she's a very Mars in Scorpio because she's very domineering and she gets like provoked like that, you know. Mars is like the way you get provoked, and you know, someone could just like accidentally maybe say something to her, or just, you know, there was this one scene that somebody's like, she just went into somebody a bit right in the street, and she was like, oh, sorry, and he was like, yeah, I guess. Like just like that, like he said it like in a soft way, not, you know, he wasn't rude about it. But then she was like she was like screaming at the top of her lungs, screw off, you know. This is a Mars and Scorpio female, okay. I hope I won't get thumbs down on this video, because I feel like some people are gonna get pissed because either they feel exposed by what I just said, or they just won't like it, even though I'm just saying the truth, you guys. Like, I just, you know, I'm trying to be very honest, you know. So please don't give it a thumbs down if you don't like me exposing you. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm just, you know, like I said, I don't believe in good or bad in astrology, so it's like I'm not saying it's bad, you know. So I hope I won't get too many thumbs down, okay. I have to be honest. I can't be any other way. I have to be honest. But then again, Scorpio people usually do like, you know what the thing is? Scorpio people, they usually do like honesty. They love honesty. Like, it's so honest it hurts kind of honesty. But then if you tell them the truth, they feel so provoked. Like, also Mars in Scorpio might it's a very Mars in Scorpio, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, I think I've said everything I have to say about this placement. Yeah, unlike my other videos, it wasn't that long. So yeah, so let me know, guys, if you want me to make a part 2. Maybe I missed something. It's the 3rd video I'm making today, so maybe, I don't know, if I missed anything, I'll just make a part 2. Let me, guys, know if you know, also interested in that. So please give me feedback down below. I need to know, guys, what you want me to make, you know. You have to tell me, you know. I'm not a mind reader. So yeah, so please give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, and if you want a reading, my email and pricing and everything is down below in the description box. So just email me for a reading. I am flexible in my prices. I make discounts. And also, please shoot me a donation if you like any of my videos. My Venmo and GoFundMe links are down below. You can use whatever you like. Either way, it doesn't matter. I will really appreciate any donation that I get, because I'm actually trying to get from a very, very unpleasant episode in my life right now, and I would really, you know, be very grateful for any donation that I get. I'm trying to evolve my channel and make it a business, and yeah, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.